Today, from Empower Field at Mile High in Denver, it's a special New Year's Day edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The Denver Broncos taking on the LA Chargers.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Denver Broncos. And off we go from Denver. Pulls it in at the 13. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick back in 2015 out of Florida State, Jameis Winston.
Well, he did go 2-2 in the last ball game. Well, actually, he went 2-2-1, with the 1 being the victor.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line there. But wasn't it funny at practice? He threw one when we were watching, threw an interception, and the defense got on him a little bit, good-naturedly. But they're letting him know, you got to cut down those interceptions. We can't bail you out all the time.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. But as you said, they got the win in that effort last week. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
That's good.
A quick check on the numbers for Keenan Allen from last week. 5 catches, 59 yards.
And he's able to pull that last pass in, but this is usually a pretty tough unit to try and maneuver against. They're in the top 10 in the league against the pass, and you and I both know there's not much difference between 1 and 10.
The tackle made by Caleb Chason. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
At the 35-yard line.
From the gun, Winston. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
3.
Working out of the gun, Winston. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. Denied on 4th down is Joe Mixon. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he's going to take it. And that's caught inside the 35. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
It's a gain of 7.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Number 22.
They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
On the stop. It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped him, bringing up 4th down.
It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it. They'll set up a throw. That's going to be caught. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. You know, he's already thrown for more yardage in this first quarter than he did all of last week.
And I could be snarky here and say, well, he didn't throw for a lot of yards last week, but the bottom line is he put in a great week of practice and really came out ready to go in this one.
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Chargers have taken a first quarter lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Joey slide out, a kickoff after the touchdown. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach, because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times, at any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board, so let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
We'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Charvarius Ward on the tackle. A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 5.
Ready. Black 25. Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it.
Now Winston. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
And at the 42-yard line.
Now Joe Mixon. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Second and 11 at the 41. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Chargers 7, Broncos nothing.
Second and 11. From the shotgun, it's Winston. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Greedy Williams on the coverage.
Jameis to throw it. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Heading back out, the Chargers offense. We get a peek at the playoff picture of the AFC. And the division title, that's out of reach. We know that. This is as good a spot, Charles, as they're going to get. That first wild card and the number 5 overall seed.
Partner's not out of the question, especially with the 7 seeds that they have now in the playoffs. If you do win and the other wild card teams win in the first round, you could find yourself with a home game in the divisional round. Now, we know that's not likely, but it's not out of the question. Bottom line.
And got his man complete. The 20, 10, and all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Mecole Hardman, his 25th touchdown. Tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Chargers get the quick strike touchdown. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Joey Sly set to kick off.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Pulls it in at the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
So the Broncos come back out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. If this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
Throwing again, Winston on 2nd and 10. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. The Broncos on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Winston. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to make it 4th down. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Oh, trying to gauge the sun, and he muffs it. But fortunately, he's able to... I don't know what was going on there, but the end result, this is going to be a safety.
The play is a safety.
Well, I'm not totally privy to what went on with their offensive meetings, but, Charles, something tells me that one wasn't in the play.
Yeah, when we had our production meeting, they didn't exactly share that with us. But I'm pretty sure that on the play sheet, the run backwards into your own end zone play was not written down.
Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. 31 yards there and a first down. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all 11 on defense. Able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
Jameis now on first down. And right side, Henry's got it. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Joe Mixon with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Broncos have cut it to within a score.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is down to 4. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
L.A. readies for its next possession. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be...
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, L.A.
Touchdown.
Mecole Hardman, his 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Chargers get the quick strike touchdown. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Extra point right down the middle, and that pushes the lead up to 11.
Joey Sly set to kick off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Denver's offense ready to go again. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
On first and 10, Winston. Going deep here for Allen. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. We got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level that quarterback and receiver were not on the same page.
Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver, whether he expected him to break in, out, deeper, shorter. They'll determine that on the sideline. But bottom line, you could see that he thought he'd be in a different spot, except the defender was not his intended target.
A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34.
Complete to
25 yards that time.
It's a gain of 25 yards. And the Chargers first down.
56 to Mike. 56 to Mike. Get the ball.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Sean Murphy Bunting. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. On second down, Winston again. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down.
42.
And he's going to go down again.
Jameis Winston sacked.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Broncos send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And really, the Charger drive about to get going. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
At the 24-yard line.
And the Broncos get there and take him down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on third down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's got a man, complete. The 30. 10, and all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Mecole Hardman with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the third most in a single year. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they got a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there. Unable to do so, that makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Joey Sly set to kick off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Pulls it in at the 13. Oh, good-looking return set up here.
The Broncos take over first and 10. At their own 36-yard line.
Set to take over, the Broncos offense trots back out. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
First down, Winston. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
It was covered by Jamal Adams.
Throwing, Winston. Got his open man, it's Carr. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2.
43.
Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Winston now from the 50. And it's complete. Henry. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Henry. That's good for a Denver Broncos.
That was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Winston now to throw on first down. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
A second down throw for Winston. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Yards to go.
On third down, Winston. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. Butker's kick here is good. And that'll get the deficit down to 15.
That's the score. Chargers 27.
So 3 points just before the break. That helps, but still some work to do in quarters 3 and 4.
I just wonder how much of their time is going to be spent at the half analyzing what went wrong to allow them to get into this type of a deficit. I'm sure that helps a little bit, but they need bigger help in the second half if they want to win this one.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
And got his man complete. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done? And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point.
All right.
And just like that, on we head to half number 2.
Harrison Butker.
The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This will make it into the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And you can see they're in second place in the division, but they have clinched postseason football. That's the important thing. They currently have the best record among the wild card contenders. but they want to make sure they finish this season strong.
And isn't that the case each and every year about one division that ends up being the top-loaded division? And unfortunately this year, it's theirs. But you could spin it and say, hey, they've been tested, and they've beaten a lot of good teams already. They will be prepared for the playoffs.
He'll let this go deep for Ruggs, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. It's caught inside the 25. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. And now they're in the hurry-up.
Down at the 10-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal. And the Chargers are going to have a 1st and goal as some good running there gets him down to about the 2-yard line, knocking on the door. They'll give it to Chubb. And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. All right, ball at the 1-yard line, 4th down. What do you say?
I say go, because if you can't get 1 yard, what's the old adage? If I can't get 1 yard, I don't deserve to win anyway. Tell your team it's that time. Who's going to get down into the trenches, grind it out, and make sure that ball gets in the end zone? Who's it going to be? Let's go do it.
The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. Here we go with McCaffrey. And not only will he not get in, he's going to lose yardage. They stuff him back at the 4. McCaffrey turned away on 4th and goal. And the Bronco defense comes up big. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play. But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
He'll try to get forward, but he's going to be stopped in his tracks at about the 3.
He was taken down.
Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
It's 3rd and 10.
On 3rd down, Mixon. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
And I think that's going to go down as no gain, but that doesn't seem fair for the effort that was presented on that play. That should go down as a loss. I know, I'm a defensive guy.
Oh, they're on him, too. And he's into the end zone. Chargers, touchdown.
L.A.
Well, they didn't have their normal cushion there in order to punt the ball away. It leads to a lot of anxiety for the team kicking the football.
For the punter, you know that you've got to get rid of that quickly there. Not quick enough.
And also, not stepping behind you and stepping over the end line for a safety. That one gets blocked, and it's 6 points.
Now Joey Sly for the point after. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. So the very rare blocked punt, scooped, and returned for a touchdown. What an exciting play.
Joey Sly set to kick off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who could make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
On the coverage.
To throw again on second down. Winston, he's letting it fly for Cooks. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 29.
That's good.
A huge play there for Denver. 46 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. To throw is Winston. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Henry. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
On second down, Mixon, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Winston on 3rd and 2. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. And here the pressure from the outside linebacking spot.
And normally when that happens and they're able to get home, that means the other guys on his team helped him out a lot. That they occupied people to allow it to be no less than a one-on-one situation allows him to get home.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. Good. And they knock that deficit down from 29 to 26. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. but they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. Welcome back now to Denver. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. On play action, they'll throw. His throw caught right around the 6. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Touchdown, Chargers.
Touchdown, Los Angeles.
Just a great individual effort there to take that pop pass and scamper off into the end zone.
And that's why offenses love that play partner, because that gives them a chance to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers with a full head of steam behind them. It's often like a track relay. Legs 2, 3, and 4. That first guy steaming ahead, and he has hands it to you, and you get a chance to take off and go before you even get the baton.
And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the second extra point he's missed so far.
Joey Sly set to kick off.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. And now back out comes the offense. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth quarter hole. A first down throw for Winston. Throw complete right side to Cooks. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Right back to him for 10 more and a first.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
That throw into the arms of Allen. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 25 yards there on the catch and run. High-scoring game. These offenses continue to hum and move the football. And I don't know about you, partner, but I'm starting to get a little winded here because watching them go up and down the field here in Denver where the air is rare, I think we need to go ask the chain crew how they keep up because they've been going up and down the field and handling this thing. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Montez Sweat, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
The Broncos on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is going to be 3rd and 13. From the gun, Winston. And that will be incomplete.
Winston's pass intended for Keenan Allen.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Montez Sweat. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
The Charger drive about to get going. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
56, check 56. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. 60 Bobcats.
2nd and 1. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
After what they've faced during this game, where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Got a man complete. It's Hamler. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
56 to Mike.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. This is caught. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, where our booth is here, we can see all of the riders. To our left, and their post-game stories, Charles, they have been filed for some time because this game, boy, is it lopsided.
Yeah, we can see our guy scoop. He's even got his fedora tipped over his face. I think he's taking a nap now. Nothing left to write for him, but how gratifying has it been for them to see what they've done in practice and carry it into a game and see the execution be so good. They've got to feel fantastic about what they've accomplished in this one.
Joey Sly set to kick off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. Now Winston. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
Winston's pass.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
10 yards on the pickup.
So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing again on 2nd down. Winston. Short pass caught by Henry. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
7 yards, the pickup there.
To Marquise Lee. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3. At the 40.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Again, it's Winston. He'll drop this one down to mix it. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Denver Broncos.
To the air again with Winston. And this complete to Henry over the middle. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Jameis now on first down. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Carr. And they'll get this down to the 10. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. This will be caught at about the 5. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. At the 4. Looking to throw again on second down. Winston. And they finally get to him as he's taken down.
Today's final score.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Chargers, a final win means they will finish off the regular season at a very strong 12-4. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, it'll be a 10-loss season as they wrap up 6-10. And I think you have to say, ultimately, this was a team that really underachieved.